Hi, welcome to Fatmata Speaks. Welcome to the weekly messages. So this is the message for the last week of July. I hope July has been delivering its promises, because July promised movement. July promises, coming out of gestation and going on that journey and finally living life and finally feeling alive. July promised that. And I hope you guys have been feeling more alive than before, because the last week of July is going to continue in that spirit. You're going to keep moving. But this time it's a little bit different, okay? The movement is more of you trusting and you deciding. So the first image that I saw a piece of land, and it was kind of like surrounded by clouds, and the clouds didn't swallow it. So it kind of like remained where it was, but you can feel the clouds around it. And then the clouds change into waves. And the waves was like clashing against that piece of land. It was wild. And at one point I saw the piece of land being like spin around, or maybe I was like kind of spinning around on top, seeing it from different directions. And the waves were clashing it onto it from all sides. So something is coming in, change is happening, change is coming in, and this change is going to be felt on multiple areas, multiple domains in your life. So prepare yourself. Literally prepare yourself, because sometimes when we feel change, it's just like you feel change in your relationships, maybe a romantic relationship, and then that's it, and then all the areas are kind of like pretty much the same, and you just kind of like balance it out. This week, you're feeling it on all levels: relationships, work, life, health. But like the change that are coming in, it's more of a positive one than a negative one. Okay, it's like kind of like setting you on a particular path that you have to follow, and at the end of it, believe me, you're coming on top. You are coming on top, and the waves were just hitting it here, left, here, right, here, that. So expect waves of change to hit, to come into your life. I don't want to say to hit you, to come into your life. And they hit for you. They're not here against you. They're not working against you. They're working for you. So accept it, integrate it, understand it, and let it take the form that it needs to take. Sometimes when you let change just take the form that it needs to take, it passes off smoothly and quicker. But if you try to fight it, try to resist it, that's when the trouble begins, okay? Because then you bring yourself from the flow of being in alignment into the flow of being in stagnation, and that's not what we want. No more stagnation. We want forward movement, okay? And then the image changed. It switched to, let me see. Exactly. So it switched into like one flow of water, and it was going one particular direction. And then it reached like a cross point, and yeah, it was a junction. And then there was a part on the right and then one on the left. And the water kind of like split into those two areas. So you are going to have to make a decision. Yeah, a decision. You need to make a decision about, I don't want to say the rest of your life, because that's the very thing that came to mind when I said that. But in a way, for the rest of your life, you have to make a decision about the rest of your life. What direction do you want to take? It's like you coming out of university, and then you have to, not have to, but like you maybe try to build a career, and then you set off in one particular direction, taking opportunities that are all surrounding that particular area of, that particular type of job. So it's something like that. Of course, you can always change, you can always pivot, because life happens in phases, and this phase right now is just wants you to make a particular decision, pick a particular path, and move towards it. Put all of your focus onto it and just invest in it. But again, follow your highest excitement, okay? Follow your highest excitement. And the path that I followed in this vision was the one on the left. not the one on the right. And I thought it was odd because normally right kind of like everything is right, everything, well, not everything is known, but why did known came up in my mind just now? Everything is right, kind of like. Well, I took the one on the left. Now that might mean this is a road less traveled, but this is you. This is you because you're about to create something that is uniquely yours, and something that has no, how do you say it, unprecedented. It's literally unprecedented, and it's unprecedented in the fact that maybe no one have ever created it to that extent that you're about to do, or not in the form that you're about to do. Literally. So take the road less traveled as long as it calls towards you, because at the end of that flow, let me go back. Let me go back. Okay, so the flow, we took the left part, and then the water was like kind of like snaking down the path because the road has lots of curves. Okay, again, the road less travel means you're creating it. Okay, and sometimes there are unexpected things that will come up, but don't worry, they will not overwhelm you. Nothing can overwhelm you in this part, on this part. Okay, and even though the path was like had lots of curves and the water was kind of like snaking through it all, the water maintained a certain level of speed without it being, it didn't feel rushed. It really didn't feel rushed. It felt like it was just right. Just right, and it was just moving around the curves, and it wasn't like clashing, it wasn't making a mess, it was like fixed on its path, and it was heading towards its direction. So this path that you're about to take, yes, there are gonna be surprises here and there, but you got this. You got this because you have your focus on the goal. But of course, make sure you enjoy the journey as well. But your attention is on your goal because you know what you want to create. This is the thing. Once you know who you are, it doesn't matter what the world throws at you. You can always manage. You can always pick yourself up if you fall down. You can always avoid it even sometimes. But the thing is, you need to know who you are. And the past couple of months, you have been working on that. You have been focusing, going deeper into who you are as a person and who you are in certain relationships, in certain circumstances and all. You have been learning about yourself. Some of you have been doing this, well, I don't want to say subconsciously, but like you weren't actively out there be like, okay, I need to learn who am I in this setting. No, you were just in the setting doing things, and then subconsciously you have been gathering information, and that is gonna help you in this path that you're choosing. Okay, you are right for this. You are right for this path. That's why the idea, the excitement found you in the first place, because you are the right person for this. Your past experience, they kind of shaped you into something that allows for the changes that this path requires for it to form. They have, everything that you have experienced so far has been preparing you for this. It has been preparing for this. All of the experiences, they have been doing the work. They have been laying the foundation, and you, the way you reacted to it, what you took out of it, all of that has been preparing you. You have been preparing. You have been like, how do you call it, cementing the foundation. And now it's time to build. And you're building. Okay, you're building. You basically Bob the Bob, how do you call it, Bob the Builder. Yeah, you basically Bob the Builder, and you are hard at work. Okay, but don't forget, you know who you are. So whatever happens on this path, always stay true to who you are and focus on the things you want to create. Okay, because at the end of this part, okay, at the end of this snaky path, the water reached the waterfall and it fell off. And in that moment, out of that fall, the fall of the water, a feminine figure came out of it. And the way she looked, how can I explain this? How can I explain this? it felt like she was holding the water that was falling in a way. And the water that was falling kind of had a certain lightness to it, and as well as some whiteness to it. And like as I saw this image, I thought to myself, this person can hold it. So all this journey, all this building that you have been doing maybe in the past, maybe you have been doing that in the past, and now for the last week of July, we're at this point where you're receiving what you have been creating. So basically receiving the fruits of your labor. Maybe it's like that, okay? Maybe you're not at the start of it, or you're at the middle of it. Anyway, this feminine figure was like holding it, and I felt like she was strong enough, wise enough, able enough to hold the flow that she created. And she's holding this in clarity, not in fear, not in doubt, not in competitive spirit. No, she's holding it because she knows who she is, well, who they are, and what they want to create, and what they're able. And because they know who they are to all that great extent, they can hold the flow that they created, the flow that they and the divine created, the flow that is producing the fruits of their labors. This is you holding what you created, and that is amazing. I felt the word excellent in my head, but it's excellent to be able to hold the things that you have been creating. Because the thing is, most of us, we create things, but we cannot always maintain it because we either don't have the right personality. Some of us are either too nice, too mean, or too something else, with no balance to it. We have no balance, but you have the balance because you have developed the right personality that can hold this flow, that can produce the things that needs to be produced, create the things that need to be created. And that is marvelous. Okay, that is marvelous. So congratulations if you're already at this stage, and best of luck if you're at the start of it. Because know this, the things that are coming towards you from this creation, they're huge, okay? They're huge. So after I saw that of the feminine figure and the waterfall, I saw a car. It was blue in color, and it kind of reminded me of, okay, I don't watch Formula 1 much, but it reminded me of a sport car, but like the fast racing ones. And I think I've seen this image of this car somewhere in a movie. I can't remember it. It's basically blue, and it has like two white stripes around it. Not around it, but like at the center of it, going across, something like that. Anyway, it's blue and it's there, and it's a racing car. Okay, maybe some of you are getting a car. I don't know. Could be. There's a possibility. But all I know, as soon as I saw this image, I was like, speed, fast movement, you getting to places, you moving, you staying in the flow. And it's really the end of stagnation, people. July promised us that we will be living life, and in a way or two we have been. And this living life thing that we're doing, it's picking up speed. It's really picking up speed, and we're ready for it. Literally, we're ready for it. Okay, we're ready for it. This is not something we have to be afraid of. We're ready for it. So yeah, that's how I understood the car to be. And then the image switched, and I saw a woman. She was dancing. She was actually just being at first, and then she was dancing, kind of like she was in a flow. She was enjoying life. She was light. She was balanced. She knows the rhythm, and she can hold it. And in her hand, the right hand, right, she was holding a globe, and the globe kind of looked like half globe. This is not to say she wasn't complete. Okay, she is complete. She knows who she is, but it kind of looked like a half. And then a man, I don't even want to say masculine figure, a man presenting, male presenting figure came towards her, also with a half globe, and he was dancing while he was coming up towards her, and then they put their globe together, and it became whole. It was like a complete. It was a perfect fit, literally. This is not to say these people are two incomplete individuals. No, I believe that they're complete in their own way. But wait, I think I wrote something down regarding that. Yeah, I can find it. Anyway, they're complete in their own, but kind of like, we're not meant to be alone, okay? I know we are doing life mostly visibly alone, because we're never really alone. We're with our guides, the divine, lots of things around us. But like in terms of friendships, relationship, companionship, we just need someone there as well. It's just what it is. We humans, we're, how do you say it? We're a pack. Exactly, we're pack like animals, not really isolated ones. So yeah, for the very fact that she found someone who's half kind of fit with her half, creating the perfect fit, means that she just, you are literally finding someone who just fits perfectly to who you are, who you have become, maybe the dreams that you're aspiring towards, and the things that you want to create, and the life that you want to live. So basically, you're finding someone who fits exactly what you want, and you also fit what they want. So it's like a perfect match. So this can be in terms of romantic relationship. If that's the case, congratulations, this is the end of your single era, okay? And if that's not a romantic relationship, it could also be friendship. You're finding your bestie, you're finding a member of your soul tribe. Could be a partnership in job. You're finding the right partner with whom you can create. Just like, I don't know, just now I just remember Elton John, and oh my god, I forgot his name. Eddie? Was it Eddie? Eddie wrote the songs, and Elton John kind of like created the tune and then sings it, performs it. I hope I'm right with this description. Because I remember from the movie, he always had his buddy next to him. Even when they fell apart for a short while, he was always there when Elton John needed him. So, yeah, you're finding someone like that. And, yeah, you're alone, your hermit mood, your solo being ever is ending. That's just it. It's ending, okay? And yeah, so they were dancing, and then they did the perfect fit, and then the image switched again, and this time I saw the feminine figure again. She was standing at the edge of a cliff, and she was wearing a globe. Why do I say globe? She was wearing a gown, okay? She was wearing a gown, and it had like a very long tail. It wasn't a wedding dress, but it really had a long tail. And she was just standing at the edge of the cliff, looking. And my first instinct was that she was going to take a leap of faith. She was going to jump down. But she didn't do that. She instead walked on the clouds, the air. She was walking on air, people. She was walking on air. So I see that as this, at the end of this week, or towards the end of this week, or in this week, after you receiving the things you're receiving, you're not going to take a leap of faith. Rather, you're trusting in that which you already have built, created, invested in, and you're trusting in that. You're trusting in your skills. You're trusting that you're trusting that you have laid the foundations, the right foundation to actually do, to hold what you need it to hold. Wow, that sounded odd. Anyway, you have created it. The things you've created, you're trusting in it. The life that you've been building, you're trusting in it. So instead of taking a leap of faith and creating something new, you're just relying on it. So it's like, basically, In the past, we have been creating the foundation and all. We have been laying the foundation, we have been creating the lifestyle that we want, building ourselves up as a person, and now is the time for us to actually lean into that rather than keep on creating. We're constantly creating. That's normal. However, there comes a time when you have to stop actively creating and just enjoy what you have created. And I think this is the moment. This moment was kind of like saying that. And as I watched her like kind of walk on this air, I realized that she's light as a feather. And that only happens when, one, you're true to yourself, two, you have letting go of all the burdens, all the baggage, three, you have stopped telling yourself the wrong stories, stop hanging around with the wrong people. You have dropped all of those things that were really no longer serving you. Because once you let go of that and embrace your true self, walking on air is as easy as breathing because it's part of who you are. It's like you will be able to do what at first seemed impossible, but it was only impossible because you were hanging around with the wrong people who were telling you, that's not doable. Who cares, no? If you say it's doable, go ahead and do it, okay? The idea came to you for a reason. Just don't hurt yourself, that's all. But the idea came to you for a reason, so create on that, build on that. I just saw 2323. No. Yeah, 2323. And 2323 literally means, if I remember correctly, because I normally see that a lot, you will grow if you surround yourself with people that appreciate you. Yeah, with people that appreciate you. Wow, why am I saying appreciate you? Such a weird way. But anyway, 2323 literally means if you surround yourself with the right people, the right thing, you will grow. And that's literally what happened. You surrounded yourself with the right people, you dropped the wrong one, you dropped the dead weights, and now you light that you can walk on air, fly, and just be, because you're not bounded by anything. And then as the person kept on walking, I saw everything from above. So before I was like looking at her from this point of view, and then I saw it from above, and I realized that the path that she was walking on was kind of like reflecting the flow of the river. She wasn't walking on the path that she was walking on was not reflecting the land that was around the river. Rather, it was just reflecting the river. She was following the path of the river, but instead of being on the water or in the water, she was above it, up in the sky, seeing everything clearly. So I truly believe that these changes that are happening in your life, for a while, you're not gonna be rooted, you're not gonna be bound to a particular place. For some of you, literally means you're gonna be moving, okay? And for some of you, you're gonna be moving around a lot. So this could mean like you're traveling a lot because of your new job, because of relationship, or because you just want to travel. Simple. You just want to travel and see the world. If that's the case, that actually suits to you, because then you'll be moving around. But you're not kind of like, I don't want to use bound because it sounds so negative, but you're not anchoring yourself to a particular place. You're not anchoring yourself to a particular concept. You're just letting yourself be guided by the flow of life. Now, what that means, it looks different. What that means for each and every one of us, that's a completely different image. But you're not letting concepts, norms dictate your life anymore. You're instead taking things by your hand, trusting in the divine, trusting in your guides, and trusting in the guidance that you're receiving, as well as in yourself and in the skills that you have been cultivating throughout this transformation, okay? So these opportunities that are coming in, these changes that are coming in, it's gonna make you move in a positive way. They're all gonna make you move in a positive way, and you are freedom. I just had freedom in my head. That's amazing. You literally gaining freedom. Financial freedom, freedom to be who you are, freedom to live life, freedom to just be, to just exist and still be okay. I hope I'm describing this properly, but yeah, so at the end of the day, this week, it might not all be happening in this week, but the energy starts in this week. You receiving the fruits of your labors, and the main thing that you're getting from this is freedom. And this is freedom to choose, freedom to be, freedom to love, freedom to just be alive. Because life is meant to be lived. And yes, we get to create, which is amazing. But to be constantly stuck in creation is also not fun. That, for most of us, is nothing but, how do you call it? Trauma coping method. Yeah. So sometimes you just have to just be. That's it. Don't create, don't do anything. Just be alive and just embrace that. So yeah, congratulations. Because this is bloody amazing. You are gaining freedom. I feel like crying. You're gaining freedom. And that's all we actually ever wanted. All of us, when we say, okay, I want a good work and life balance, literally what we're asking is to have the freedom to do whatever we want to do when we want to do it. The reason why many people want to be rich is to have the freedom to choose, to move, to do things according to their pace, What we truly want in life is freedom. And you are getting that. You're getting that. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna stop this here. Congratulations on your freedom. And keep being true to yourself. Keep being true to yourself. Keep being you. And know that this life that you're about to live, that is coming in for you. You have created this with your skills, with your trust in the divine, and with your wish to be alive and be fucking free. So, congratulations, okay? And okay. Again, announcement. I'm doing this life coaching apprenticeship, and about to take my exam. So if you guys are interested in coaching and you would like to sit down with someone, I'm here, because I need to practice and you get to gain more insight into yourself. So send me an email. Email address is down in the caption box. And thank you guys for being here with me. See you guys next week. Bye.